Now I'm going to skip over the I/O configuration tab right now and go to the program menu tab. We'll come back to the I/O configuration tab. When I click over here, you'll see there's a bunch of tabs across the top here that mimic a lot of the settings that are on the handle, or all of the settings that you can do from the handle, and then you can do a lot more here through the user interface. Now, starting with the virtual limits tab here, you'll notice that we can set your virtual limit settings. So you have upper limit, upper slowdown, lower slowdown, and upper resume. That is one complete set of virtual limits. Now over here, you're going to notice the actual hoist position count, or the position, this is actually a digital representation of the CPU interprets the vertical position of the lift, basically. So the number isn't terribly relevant, except that you'll see when you want to set something here, say I want to set a lower limit here, and all I have to do is hit and set right here. And what I'm going to do is it's going to lock in this value here, or this position value, into this block. So what I've just done is set a lower limit right at that point. Now you'll notice it's set, but it's not enabled yet. Over to the left here, whether you set upper limit, lower limit, or any other setting within the virtual limit set, I can either disable it or enable it. So you can still keep the setting, but just not enable it. That way you can go back and either turn it on or turn it off next time and keep that same position. That's a really helpful feature. Also, one thing that you have that you don't have on the handle is you can't, with a handle, the current units, you'd have to go back. If you made a mistake in setting anything up in virtual limits, you would actually have to go back and reset all the virtual limits. Here, you have the flexibility of doing each one individually. Now, another thing that you can do here is enable or disable all with these buttons here. And I can, over here, you'll notice I can set a number here. Now, I can set up to 4 different virtual limit sets. So the way I would do that is I would select my second set of virtual limits here. I'll take number 2, and then I would have to set now a whole different unique set of virtual limits. That is a second set of virtual limits. Now, out of the box, there are 4 virtual limit sets that you can set up. And I'll show you when we go over to the I/O configuration tab how you enable each of the different virtual limit sets that you can set up here. So more on that when we get to the I/O configuration tab, but I want you to remember this number here that we set for when we go over there. Now this slowdown here, there's a new feature that's been added, and now you can actually go and say I set an upper slowdown, and I set that to this position, locked in there. Now that upper slowdown will reduce speed. Now, that used to be in the Q and iQ units, it used to be that speed would always be about 20% of top speed. Here we give you some control over that, where you can actually select between 5 and 50% of whatever speed you have set as your top speed, and that gives you some control over what these slowdowns actually will slow down to.